Yeah, this is Cassidy and you're watching allhiphop.com. Yeah. That record was called The Diary of a Hustler. I didn't put that out as a diss record, but because we was going through the Twitter beef like a couple hours before I put it out, everybody called it a Meek Mill diss. But that record wasn't directed at Meek Mills, it just was in general rap, you know. Like I told people, like if I do a diss record to Meek, it's gonna be on the ether level, if not worse. Like it's gonna be direct. You're not gonna have to have a hard time figuring out who I'm talking about or who I'm coming at. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't feel as though enough was done for him to deserve a diss record yet. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to really get out of pocket, put me in a song or say something crazy to get a diss record. So it was like a misinterpretation of what the record was. I got the investors to put up the money for both of us. They wanted to make it happen. They were just waiting for him to accept. So I don't know what's going through his head. I don't know what's up with him. You know, I just wanted to get it popping. I thought it'd be good for hip hop. You know, hip hop is like going in a different direction. It's more about being poppy and, you know, it's less focused on bars and lyrics. But the battle scene is getting bigger than ever because people is thirsty to hear lyrics. They want to hear cats being competitive again and not just all being cool and friendly. Right. You know, not on the street side. That's why I think beef got twisted out lately. Because you think it's like physical beef now, but back in the day when cats was competitive, it wasn't really no street beef. It's just that I'm the best with what I do. You know, right. And I think it need to go back to that. I wish it go back to that because that's what I fell in love with hip hop for. When I started rapping, that's the reason why I wanted to rap. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really care about cars and jewelry and being on TV. I ain't even care about that. I just wanted to be the hottest dude in my neighborhood, in my city. I wanted everybody to respect me with what I do. So hopefully it go back to that. And I thought if we did that battle, it could bring it to that on a bigger level than what the dudes that's battling now was doing.
You have any final words for him? Let's keep it in battle mode, you know, verbally. What would your left hook be to him right now about this whole thing?
I would advise him not to do it, you know what I'm saying? Because if he jump in the ring with me, it's going to be problems. It's going to be real problems for him. He know what I'm capable of and he know how I get it in. So I don't blame him for backing out. If I was him, I would have backed out too. Real rap. I wouldn't have tried to make it happen with a dude like me because it's crazy in the ring with me. I don't play.
Enough said.
Definitely. And you guys have had like some Twitter back and forth, which is very popular these days, you know, with artists. But did you guys actually get on the phone and talk about, you know, the logistics, the business side of how this could be successful for both you guys?
No, we didn't talk on the phone since the last Twitter beef.
Because you guys were friends at one point, right?
Yeah, that's why I said, like, if you would have asked me a year ago would I battle Meek or have a problem with him, I would have been like, no, like, you know what I'm saying? We from the same city, that's my man. But you know, things changed recently. I don't know if it's the success or I don't know what's going to his head, but he changing up. He said a lot of things on Twitter that I felt as though was disrespectful, and that's why I'm saying I want to battle him. I don't want people to think I came in with some plan or some publicity stunt to get popping again. I mean, I feel comfortable in my skills and my music alone to get me popping again. I got a crazy team behind me. You know, my PR, my manager, everybody working hard to get me back in position, so that wasn't a publicity stunt. But when I felt disrespected on Twitter, I'm like, I don't really want to go back and forth on Twitter and fight with Twitter comments. I'm like, we could put all that in a verse, battle each other, get whatever we got to get off our chest, and really see who the best. I mean, if you over there screaming you the best and I'm over here screaming I'm the best, we could do that forever. But let's get in the ring and really prove it to not just me and you, but to the world, who really the best.
Right.
So that's what I was ready to do.
When you saw those disrespectful tweets, did it make you feel like picking up the phone and calling him? Because I'm sure you guys can get in contact with each other.
Yeah, not at that particular time because I felt a little disrespected. I mean, when the first Twitter beef happened like months ago, I did text him on the phone and communicate with him because I didn't want to go back and forth on Twitter. But you know, after it happened again, you know what I mean, after we already talked, we already seen each other and it happened again, it's like, I just felt disrespected, so I'm like, yo, we could get it popping, man. Let them know on Twitter, you know, I'm not going to be tweeting back and forth. You know, put all the stuff you got to say in the rap, battle me, and get your head bit off. It's as simple as that. You know, if you feel confident in yourself, then you should be just as confident when we step in the ring with each other.